Oh, hey. I'm just in here mining out the rest of this ancient prismarine mine, and it seems like the deposits are depleted. I was able to get enough out of this mine to build the Crystal Cathedral, but I think there's a reason why it was abandoned so long ago, because there's no more prismarine. And that is bad news for us if we want to revitalize the wasteland. But lucky for us, I got a message from our old friend Henry, who wanted to talk to us. Supposedly, he might have some information to help us out. So I'm just going to grab Henry a sign, because that's a nice gift to give a friend you haven't seen in a while. Oh yeah, in between episodes, we moved into the Crystal Palace. Got all of our stuff here. Look how happy Bond looks. In case you forgot, this is the first friend that I met on the server. His name's Henry. He loves his sign. See, this is Henry's sign. He put his name on it. So I was talking to Henry after I gave him the sign, and he asked not to be recorded because he's shy. So we should respect that and leave Henry to enjoy his sign in peace. So according to Henry, this magical prismarine that we dug up out of the mine and built this beautiful crystal palace with, this stuff right here, is actually the fossilized remains of some ancient sea creatures. Odd, am I right? But unfortunately, Henry also said that most of the fossilized prismarine mines that have been located have long been depleted. But then he told me he once met a cartographer who used to tell stories about temples. Temples that were submerged under the deep waters after a cataclysmic deluge that took place centuries ago. No, I'm not talking about Atlantis. Again, Atlantis ain't real. This is real. Henry said if we hunt down this mysterious cartographer, perhaps we can find out more and possibly find a sustainable source of prismarine. Yeah, but I don't know how to do that, so we're gonna do something else. In between episodes, I wanted to clean up this mesa a little bit and kind of figure out where I want structures to go. And it's a really grindy, really boring task that I don't think you would enjoy. So I started doing it off camera, and I might have gotten carried away. So I started clearing the area and trying to sketch out a little bit of where I wanted, like, terraces and stuff to be and locations of things, and I got carried away. I started marking out with this brown terracotta to see where it was, and then I used terracotta just to bring the walls down to see what it would look like, and like cleared out a lot of the area. So yeah, I hope you forgive me, but it was a lot of grindy, boring stuff that would not have been entertaining anyways. But let me go over a little bit what I'm thinking. So, as you know, we're going to revitalize this area. And what I want are these little terraces, right? So imagine these are all flat and green. And in each of these like little circles or partial circles and stuff will be buildings or multiple buildings, all connected with little parks and pathways and a lot of greenery, a lot of trees and stuff like that, with buildings rising up towards the mountains like skyscrapers. So imagine like a solar punk kind of city filled with a lot of greenery, a lot of foliage, and in each of these buildings will be farms. I don't know, that's the best I can explain it right now, but it's going to be cool. You got to trust me. So today we're not going to make a lot of huge noticeable progress, but what I want to do is try to lay the groundwork for getting a little bit of infrastructure, right? So we need a source of quartz. The prismarine we're going to have to handle at a different date once we find that cartographer. But we need a lot of different things. So if I could find a couple of villagers and bring them over here, that'd be nice. I need a lot of moss. And so what I'm thinking of doing right now is I'm going to build a couple of temporary moss machines and collect a whole lot of moss. And then after that, I'm really not sure. We're going to wing it today and see what happens. So just sit back, chill, and enjoy the time lapse. So this is the moss farm. I went ahead and did 2 of them. Moss farms are pretty simple. They're just stone generators here. Bone meal the moss, turns the moss, push it up, everything pops up top. Here I have it sorting out the moss here, and the rest of everything else is going into the composter to feed the machine back bone meal. It should be self-supporting, I'm pretty sure. But let's go up a little bit and see that this thing definitely causes a little bit of lag. But yeah, as you can see, all the items pop up as they get pushed. And then this brushes everything down right after it's bone meals. And then repeat. I honestly don't know who first came up with this design. I didn't. I modified it a little bit. But I first saw the design on a server a couple years ago. And on YouTube, it seems like a lot of people have made videos for this design. So who the original credit goes to, I'm not sure. If you do know, please let me know down in the comments, because I've been trying to figure out who it's been for years now. So I don't think I told you, but the idea for this moss is I'm going to lay this down as my blank canvas on all of these platforms and stuff. That's going to take a long while, so we probably won't do that all this episode. But now, as the sun goes down, I'm going to follow this lake out and go see if I can find some villagers and at least get 2 villagers over here to lay the groundwork for villager infrastructure. So I found this desert village that's not too far away, and it has a camel. Look at it. It's just sitting there like a camel. Oh, we're going to have to grab that as well. This village doesn't look like it's been looted, and there's tons of guys here. So the only issue I have is that it's kind of in a mountainous area here. If I can get over here. That is the river we need to get them to right there. And this all looks downhill. So if I can get them on this level, I can just boat them down the hill into that river, and then we're good. So let's see if we could do that. Okay, we've got one, and we're on a higher level. Ooh, and it's starting to get dark. But I think I might be able to, like, cheese this a little bit by going here and here. We might need to go through that house. Or, yep, we're going to have to go through the house. That's fine. While we're here, let's go ahead and sleep. Grab some free sea pickles. And we'll just mine out this house. And from here, it should be smooth sailing. It's just downhill to that lake. As long as I don't fall into this ravine to my left. Alright. Yep. That's easy enough. So I'm just going to grab one more of these guys and then boat them both back to the base. And then we'll build an infinite villager breeder for them. They'll love it. You'll love it. I'll love it. Here's the villager breeder. It was simple getting them in. Not a problem at all. I just built a bridge over here. Minecarted them in, dropped them in. Simple. So this is temporary, and those moss farms over there that are just out of render distance are temporary as well. Once we have the resources to actually build more structures here, I'll incorporate all of these temporary farms into them in a more permanent basis. But until then, we need to actually collect resources and get an infrastructure in to be able to build more buildings. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let these guys breed. It's all automatic and infinite. So as long as I leave this block out of the way, it will be on and they'll just collect villagers. So I'm just going to let them collect in there until we have a whole lot of them, and then we'll do something else with them. But that won't be today. So next what I think I want to do is go ahead and take that spawner behind me and make it into a grinder. That way we'll have a source of bones, as well as being able to top off some XP. Say I need to repair my pick a little bit, or my elytra like now. I can just come here and do it instead of having to go all the way to the Enderman farm. I don't know if you saw my other episode where I showed this for the first time, but it's high up here in the hill. Like there's the Crystal Palace. There is the villager breeder right there peeking out of the mountain. And there's the moss farms. So this is really cool that it's up here. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the skeletons down a little. Oh my goodness. Alright, I don't know how I'm going to edit this, but I just got disconnected. And I keep getting disconnected from the internet and getting kicked from the server. It's really annoying, and building all of these farms is taking way longer, and this is already a kind of screwy episode, so bear with me, and hopefully I can get the skeleton farm done. And I'll show it to you right about now. See? Told you. Instantly. Showed you. This is the farm. Skeleton farm. But full disclosure, it's like 2 days later, and a lot of progress has been made. Still having connection issues. So far this morning, it's working fine. So let's see if I can show you all the stuff before I get disconnected again. So it is done, but it's only kind of done, because as you can see, there's no room here. There's no decoration or anything. These blocks are temporary. There's no pathway up here. Oh wait, there's spoilers out there. But we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, the farm itself is done. So if we stand like within like this 3-block area, we will get skeletons here. They should drop down here. Go into free cam. I can show you the spawner is right up here. There it is. And it's just a typical spawner. Drop them, water, pushes them, drop them, water, pushes them. And then the skeletons fall into here. And we can just swing our sword at them. And we can open up this to drop it, or just make it AFK. I have a Soulfire campfire down there, so when the skeletons drop, they just get burnt. And you can hear some clicking around, and we get bone blocks in here. It's really that simple. But let's go take a look at the redstone, because there's some skeletons dropping in there right now. They go into there, saw them die. Now here's where it gets a little complex. Mind you, this is the only second time I've used crafters, so I don't know if this is the most efficient way, but this is what I came up with. The skeletons die there, the bones go through there, they go into this sorter. All I'm doing is sorting out the bones. Everything else goes into here and gets trashed in the lava right there. So when it comes out of the sorter right here, it goes into this crafter, which turns it into bone meal, which goes into this crafter and turns that into bone blocks, which comes out here and then down here, goes into a bubble column through there and up into those chests. So yeah, this is how I did the redstone and the crafters. I don't know if there's a more efficient way or better way to do this, but it felt really weird squeezing all of this in. So I just have this crafter blocking this repeater. Once this fills up or gets an item in it, it'll send a signal here, turning off this torch, lowering this piston, and it just clicks away to this observer hopper. And then I did the same thing over here, just a little different angle. So I have this blocking this, So when this fills up with an item in each spot, it'll send a signal, turn off the torch, bring this observer back this way, and then power it, and all the blocks will go into here, get sucked out down that way. So it looks kind of weird, but it's all squeezed in tight together, and it works. So I'm happy with that. In a future episode, we'll clean this room up and make it all nice and cool and figure out how to connect it to the rest of the build, which is in front of me right here. Yeah, a lot of progress was made. I went ahead and grinded out putting the moss down. I added a couple of more rings and stuff here to fit in these staircases that will act kind of like one as pathways up to the different areas here. But I picture them as kind of hills, right? So all of this is temporary. This is just my blank canvas. These walls are going to completely change. All of these areas are going to fill up with buildings, pathways, parks, water features, and stuff like that. But I needed a clean canvas to work with. And that's what this is. So there's at least one stairway up to each different level, so you can have access to it. And these are kind of like hills, right? So this is all green grass. These are hills that would like gently slope up, but we'll have pathways here. Also, we have tons of villagers now. I've got to figure out where to put them and what to do with them. But I'm still collecting them. We need a lot of villagers to be able to get the resources we need. And while I was building this, Cubically and Wind stopped by, and they left me this beautiful sign. I love it. It's wonderful. I also have this head, and that's because they didn't actually sit and watch me build the base. They decided to do this instead.
Oh, I don't have it. Okay.
Go, go, go. Go, go.
There's the first one. No!
Yes!
Oh, we got both of you on the same
both?
one.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Wait.
What? How do we get up there?
Wait.
How do we get up there?
Oh,
Oh, I got it. Oh, no.
Oh, no. This is such a mess.
Oh, we're gonna have to go on top of this circle soon. You know, I'm just gonna go straight.
Oh, wait,
Oh,
it's the anvil.
It's
Oh, it's breaking.
Oh no, hang on.
Oh, wait.
Yes!
Oh,
you can still die! You can still die!
Wait, what? Oh, wait, that does like nothing. Okay.
No, yeah, that does next to nothing. No! You! You absolute! Oh my god.
Go.
No!
No!
Yes!
No!
Oh, you killed me, so I got my head! Come
Have
on.
your head.
Oh, that's it.
And with that, we're going to end this episode. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. Let me know down in the comment what you think about this and what you think of the future plans of this build. I'm really excited for it. It's going to be really cool. Okay, bye!